Okay, so recently I made a vow to myself. I'm not going to quit teaching. My son was just born, my youngest of 3 kids, so he's 3 months old. I want to teach until he graduates high school. A load of people out there are quitting teaching. I am saying I won't quit for 20 years. Here's why. First of all, teaching can provide me with a way of imparting meaning. We chase meaning over money is a really wise career strategy. And I can't think of the career where I can have the most effect and impact and create the most meaning in my life and the lives of others than in teaching. Second, it provides multiple avenues for me to have that effect. Now, the people I work for, like the most important people in my teaching career are my students, the kids in front of me. And so that is who I can have a lasting, meaningful impact. We all remember our teachers from school, right? Some good, some bad. And so I cherish that opportunity to have an impact on the students that I teach. Now, the reality is the harder the schools, the more difficult the kids, the more stressful the job, but the greater the opportunity there is to have a lasting impact on those students, because the greater they need someone to take an interest and to care about them. I feel that's been my experience. But regardless of who the students are that we teach, I feel I can have an impact. And so I love that every day and every year when I get new students, I have the opportunity to create a difference in their lives, right? To make a difference. I can't think of the other career that I would go into right now or any time where I would have that same effect. Also, I feel like I've created avenues where I can make a difference, not just for the students in my own class. Just yesterday, actually, I got a message from a kid in Sweden who got a 7 in IB psychology, and she said that it was because of my book and resources, like YouTube videos about psychology that she watched, that helped her get a 7. That's a kid I've never met, but I had that effect on her, and now she's studying psychology at university. Like, that is making me a little bit weepy, because that's the impact now. I love the fact that we live in this digital world where we can have an effect and an impact beyond the students that we teach. Okay, and if we do something that works for us, then we can expand into other areas like Teachers Pay Teachers or the themantic education, which is something that I want to create soon. On that note, I'm a money guy. I'm big into financial literacy. I think money is really important. I want to write a unit for all students, like for teachers to teach. It's called How to Be a Millionaire. And I'm going to sell it you can buy it for whatever you want to pay for it, because I don't want money to be a reason why kids won't learn about this stuff. But we now have, through online stores and Teachers Pay Teachers and these avenues, to create resources which can generate revenue for us as teachers. So while, teachers' salaries, some people might complain about them. I've never found my teaching salary to be, I've always appreciated it. I think it's a good salary. It pays me more than enough that I need. But we can also create multiple revenue streams on top of that. So actually, I've found that with teaching, I can do what I love, and I create, like I said, those opportunities to create meaning. But also, if you do something well, you can add value to it, and you can sell it, and you can make a separate income from it. Now, I'll be perfectly honest. The money that I made from selling textbooks and materials has pretty much just equated out to for my full-time salary. So I was working full-time, and then I went part-time in order to do all this, make all these extra materials that I sell. And so the sales of those has basically meant that I now earn what I was earning full-time. But the difference is it's given me flexi time. I can do that in more flexible hours, and it's allowed me to become a better father. And that note of flexi time is another reason why I really like teaching. Again, but we don't have to be stuck in the classroom, right? We get to be in the classroom. But also, I've started teaching online. It's not the best medium, but it's something. And last year I helped out a class in France, so I taught them through Zoom. They were great 5 kids in Strasbourg. Shout out, guys, because the teacher left under difficult circumstances, and so they needed a teacher to help them get to the exams. So I did that, and it just again, that allowed me flexi time, right, to work when I wanted to work, whilst also allowing me to spend more time with my kids and to be a more present father. And so I think that are some of the reasons why, I love to learn, right? I love learning and researching, and I'm learning things that are helping make my life better, which then I feel inspired to share the stuff with students. Like, I just finished researching how to cope with stress. I've just finished writing about how smartphones affect your brain, and that's why I've never had one. And that, I guess, another reason why I won't ever quit teaching. I love teaching. Teaching is causing learning to happen, and I like teaching cool stuff. I like teaching cool stuff that one day these kids are going to use and it's going to help them in their lives. I also like the interactions, the dealing with students and the relationships that we have with students. And, getting emails from kids that graduate and taking a picture of their psychology lecture at university, and they email it back to you and go, hey, look, we learned this in your class. Like, that's really cool. And like I said, hearing from that student in Sweden, having those relationships with the students is something that I can't see myself in. I would never want to quit teaching and become a full-time writer at home stuck on my computer all day. Like, I love the fact that I can do the best of both worlds, right? I can make videos and instructional stuff, and I can write books, but also I get to go into the classroom and be with students. So this is why I don't ever want to quit teaching. And another reason why I don't want to quit teaching is that I feel like I've developed some ideas and ways that I can help improve the teaching for other teachers and help make their lives better as well. But I'm going to need a lot of help from other teachers in order to create that. What I'm doing right now is just simply making these videos so I can figure out for myself what those ideas exactly are, how to package them, how to produce them, how to convey them and communicate those ideas, so then we can make better resources to improve the teaching and to provide teachers with stuff that they're going to use that's also going to reduce their stress. Man, I didn't even mention the holidays. But I work in my holidays. So holidays, ironically, are the best time to get work done. So I don't really factor the holidays into my love of teaching. But again, it is just so that flexible time, right? I'm not quitting teaching. And how much I love teaching and enjoy being in the classroom and never want to walk away from it, again, is what inspires me to help other teachers as well, which is why I'm making this video, which is why I promise I'm going to stop these monologue ranty videos, because they're probably not that as helpful as just the real simple basic day-to-day stuff. Okay, I promise my next video is how to save hours and hours of marking time. I'm going to make that right now.